Hi, I'm Mike Hamilton. This is NewsJacker. First thing I want to talk about is a number of articles that have come out talking about the simple stuff. How important it is to do the simple stuff. And the context for this is National Health Service in the UK and how badly they were taken down by the WannaCry attack. What we're saying here is it's not about the whiz-bang AI machine learning technology that was funded by a venture capital firm, seduced by 3 dudes with a PowerPoint. It's really about doing the things that are all in the standards of practice and the regulatory requirements that we already have to meet. You need good preventive controls. You need vulnerability management. Patch your stuff, especially if it's facing the internet. But I think, above all, monitor your network and have a good response function so when the preventive controls fail, you can put out the backyard fire before it turns into a forest fire. So do the simple stuff. Second thing I want to talk about is a little more on third-party management. This is increasingly becoming a regulatory focus, and for the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, what they're saying to the finance sector, to banks, is that you need to not only measure and monitor your third-party security, but that they're going to examine you on how well that works. So I think it's important to have a good third-party management program, obviously. So in thinking about this, some decisions have to be made on whether you allow your third parties to self-assess or whether you're going to go out and conduct examinations. Either way, I think it's important that you use a very consistently applied methodology to do this so that you can assess across the portfolio of your third parties and compare them apples to apples. A very good tool for this is the NIST cybersecurity framework because everybody's been told this is the one to use. If you modify that and make that a risk assessment sheet instead of an alignment with a framework type of assessment, it can be used in this way. And I would really advocate for that. The last thing I want to talk about is this Reaper botnet, also called IoTroop. And wow, we have the greatest names for stuff ever. I think F5 has the best analysis of this so far, just in terms of the tools that are being used and the methods to expand the size of this. And F5 is convinced that there's some real pros behind this, and in fact, they say that there's an update function so that they can patch their own botnet, in even a suggestion that we should be following this as a method of controlling our own IoT. Setting that aside, there's a lot of speculation on what the size of this is now. Apparently, the upper limit right now, in terms of guesses as to size, is about 3.5 million devices. The rest of the speculation is about what is this thing going to be used for? It can be used for a lot of things. I think, to me, the question is the actor behind it, because different actors have different motivations. If this is a nation state, this could be used for broad-scale infrastructure disruption, and we don't want that. If this is organized crime, it is probably the best extortion tool ever created. If you can do denial of service against 911 centers, hospital call centers, and things like that, because the potential impact is loss of life, they're going to pay the ransom, they're going to pay the extortion. So nobody knows what's coming with this, but something is coming with this, and it's worth tracking, so let's just pay attention. This is Mike Hamilton, NewsJacker. See you in a couple of weeks.